What's cooking, folks? Vermillion Phoenix here, and today we're going to be going into some more Orcs Must Die Unchained. This time, we're revisiting Master Avalanche. Now, the last time I did a video on this, the par was 18 minutes. It's been chopped down to 15:30, so let's go in there and see what else we might be able to cook up. So, I'm going to be doing this with Max, because that was actually a request. I'm going to use the Dragon Slayer armor. Something that you can get from the premium shop after you amass those jibs. It's 7,500. That's worth about 2 chests, which is about the conversion rate for chests and skins in the normal store. So I think that's pretty fair. So this map is somewhat interesting the first time you encounter it. It's one of the largest maps that you'll encounter early before you get to Krogan Keep. And one of the older maps in the game too. This was back in the game. This was in the game when I started, actually. So guardians that are useful here. Any default guardian, you can place them on the sides of the rift. I don't like putting a guardian here. You can use this guardian location, but generally don't think it's too great. If you have a cook or a bartender, you can bring them for the left gate. So, I'm using Max. If you have any additional discount traits, bring them. Fire damage is going to be king here. I actually have a short spring on my Brimstone. Your Brimstone may be a bit more expensive. That's absolutely okay. And I have a health siphon in it, so I'm actually going to drop that. I'm going to bring purely DPS stuff for Max. If you don't have health siphons in your gear, or if they decide to change it at some point, then you may want to just drop one of these. I recommend dropping the Ring of Storms for the vegetable amending if you absolutely need it. If you're not too high of a level, I'm going to recommend just picking the damage weavers when they show up. But, now, I don't need to bring the ceiling ballistas or the big game hunting traps, but if you have them, regardless of the level, they're good here. And it's mainly because there's some high ceilings in a couple places, and just some places where you can get some really nice pathing in if you bring them, and you don't really have to worry about much else. I would highly recommend the Brimstone and Floor Scorcher if you have them. If you don't have the Scorcher, it's not that big a deal. Bring something like a Cursed Ground or a something else that triggers almost immediately. Let me see. Cursed Ground would be good. Not the ice traps, because everything's pretty much ice immune. I think Cursed Ground is probably the best choice if you don't want to bring spikes. But spikes are also good. Frost Orcs as a group are essentially just orcs that deal frost damage. They have the ability to freeze you because of that. I think after 4 chilled stacks you get frozen, and you can't take any chilled stacks while you're frozen. But they don't have any resistances to anything other than ice damage, and fire damage they take more damage from. So again, if you got the fire, bring it. I have a firecracker. You can set this up in some pretty useful places. Why don't we do that? I'm not going to use the flip trap here at all, so that's pretty pointless to bring. Now, if you absolutely do not want to bring or don't have the firecracker, because to be honest, I find the trap really awkward to use just because of its spacing, feel free to use the swinging mace, because the swinging mace will essentially like win the right gate for you on its own. It's an amazing trap, and I pretty much lauded its usefulness when I was going through the game originally. That has not changed. You just got to be able to place it in a good place. Let's bring more money traps. Here, I think I will takes lessons from Cygnus, and we're gonna drop Feeling Fierce because I don't need the bonus damage for, I don't know, what's a good Grandmother Eaten by Troll. There's a lot of trolls here, so these are all damage boosts. Big Spender won't be that big of a deal. I think this is a good set to go with, so let's go ahead and get started.
Let's do this thing.
Alright, here we go. This armor doesn't look too clunky. I don't know, I find the dragon scale sets, like, they're shiny, but they don't really... They look kind of bulky compared to the fact that a lot of the characters that get this stuff are kind of slender. Because Blackpaw looks the largest just because of how he moves and the fact that he's like some sort of gnoll or thrall. So, we got those guys. Well, somebody in the kitchen, somebody up here to defend the Rift. This area you'll want to block off immediately, or once the gate opens, but it's not that big a deal not to do it now. You have a couple of options when you get over here. You can block this off, like so, or using 2 regular barricades. It'll cost you a bit more coin. To prevent enemies from being able to come through here, they're going to double back and go around. That allows you to concentrate all of your damage through here. Not a bad idea, but will cost you some extra time. You can also decide to just block the barricades, or the barracks. You block it with a barricade, and then enemies will pass through here, but subsequently you'll have to trap this area up, which is going to cost you more than just having the enemies go up here. So if you are strapped for coin, block this. If you are not, you happen to be running some discount perks, block this off, trap this area for speed, trap up here, and you should be okay. So, since I'm running this for somebody else, I don't necessarily know what the traits and everything are. We're going to do this as though I did not have all of the discounts that I do. This could be even cheaper, in fact, if I had... Actually, let me put these back. If I had the fire sale
Whoopsie, almost hurt myself on that. Twice,
trait, which would be even more ridiculous. Now, if you don't want to bring the big game hunter trap, you can also bring arrow walls, put those over there. If you have enough traps here, you don't have to worry about mercenaries so much, and you can just sort of take them out at your leisure, but... Actually, I'm just going to be able to do that with hero damage because I'm over-leveled. Alright, that's pretty much going to be it for the beginning. I'm eventually going to put some slows there and maybe like a barricade or something up here if necessary. Because one of the things we're going to have to do is catch the enemies coming over here. Alright. So... you have a couple of options with where you put your ballistas too. Putting them up here will hit enemies as they're crossing these, and enemies that are cornering here. Not super crazy. It's not like a huge advantage unless you do leave this side open. If you happen to leave this open, then make sure you move your ballistas back here, and they'll sort of catch all 3 entrances to this area. Okay. No, still somebody alive. Okay. So, now that we have that done, I wonder, I could just... Yep, that's happening. Okay. Because there's nothing else I can put there right now. Might as well.
I'll just leave this right here. They'll never notice this.
You just get blasted in the face. Wow, that guy must have a ton of armor. Or just life in general. He did not die. He refused. And I'm pretty sure he took less damage than these guys take as well. Yeah, Maybe that was just the increase from the battle level. But no, I definitely think he took less damage, because I think I recall the first in your faces I shot doing a bit more. Okay. So now this tar here will actually just help those catch whatever else. This is going to force enemies that are going to be opening up on this side over here converge.
Twice, cut once.
So if you use Dragon Lances, they'll be about as effective. But here's the fun bit.
An unstable rift is opening. It must be destroyed.
Whoopsie. Almost hurt myself on that. I just keep getting better.
Oop.
You'll never notice this.
No, I can move that further. Okay. And you're gone.
We have destroyed the unstable rift.
If you actually want to make this shorter, it's best to spend your time gunning these guys down, as they're the last ones that'll enter your kill setup here, and they will cost you the most time.
I'll just leave this.
Yeah, we don't need donuts right now.
Enemies are attacking on another front.
Okay.
Twice,
Actually,
cut
since I have it, might as well put up one
once. I'll just leave
BGH.
this right here.
And
You'll never
I
notice this.
believe
Whoopsie.
these will
Almost hurt myself
suffice
on that.
for pretty much everything that'll be coming through here. Once I get a little bit more coin, I will just go ahead and rotate this and leave it here. And there we go.
Perfect.
Gonna wrap in the kisser. Alright, and that area should be solid. Don't even think I need to look over there. So, next area is opening up. Should probably be the right then the left gate.
You'll never notice
So we're
this.
blocking this off now.
I'll just leave this right here.
Gonna add those in. Not even worry about those. Should probably go shoot them. Stay away from those guys though. Nope, I want no parts of those. Alright, and then everything just gets to die walking through that kill box. And we can watch the fireworks. Now you should be able to see why arrow walls will be pretty effective because of those two turning lanes that I have set up. If you have them there, again with those traps set up to take care of most of the enemies, you could focus on mercenaries yourself. Just don't fight on top of the barricades, as mercenaries tend to do quite a bit of damage to them. And of course we always have that one guy. Alright, yeah, don't want to wait for you. You already get around? Yeah. Alright, we're about 6 minutes in, starting wave 6. Halfway done. Okay, now that this is going to open up, let's go ahead and finish it off. I can talk about a few things while we're down here as well. First, let's make sure that they're getting crispy. Turn that for me.
Almost hurt myself on that.
Turn that for me too. Rotate, please. Thank you.
You'll never notice this.
Now, this area. It's important to remember that this weird looking place here is actually a corner. This spot right here. So if you place a barricade, make sure that it's in there. If you put it over here, no dice. They will walk down the stairs. Put it over here, they will path onto the wall. You will be fine.
I'll just leave this right here. Measure twice, cut once.
Okay, and because I want to be able to keep my trapping consistent, I think I'm going to do this. Start them up and block this.
Look out! Our defenses have been breached again.
Alright, so enemies are going to be flipping back.
Almost hurt myself on that. They'll never
I don't know if there's any of those there, but I'm going to put a BGH up here too.
An unstable rift is opening. Quick, destroy it.
Alright, and that unstable rift is actually above where we are now. Nope. There we go. Can't forget to slow. Alright, now we just need to be able to get up here before that explodes on us. Probably should have just ran immediately and did this. Ooh, just in time.
The unstable rift has been destroyed.
Alright, we're going to grab Persistent. This guy has no idea where he's running.
Our
Now,
barricades are under attack.
one of the things that's really annoying about letting the Bouncer Bear stay alive is that essentially what he does is when he needs to get somewhere, he always runs. And anytime he charges, he is damaging barricades. So if he hops a barricade, it is going to take damage. So you want to make sure that he dies. Don't let him just pass back to other minions. It's dangerous for you. Like, he also does, like, 0 damage to you. The only way he can kill you is environmental kills. So if you're using anybody other than a melee hero, it's really no problem to just, you know, go wreck his face. Those are going to go up the stairs and double back. And because of all the Bernie bits that we have down there, they're really not going to be able to do much of anything. Actually, what you could do is if you want them to try to path around here and turn around, block this off like this and sell that. Let's see if I can do that when this is done. Now, there's a good chance nothing is going to get through the right side at all because of those ballistas. And I was right. Yes. Good guy ballistas. Okay, so we're going to block this off. Actually, I can move this over a little bit, but nope. That's okay.
Whoopsie. Almost hurt myself on
Now
that.
you could put one of these in here, but I wouldn't recommend it.
I just keep getting better.
Actually, you know what? Why
I'll never
not?
notice this.
You could do a couple of other things that would be better.
Measure twice, cut once. I'll just leave this right here. Measure twice, cut once.
Enemies incoming. They've broken through on another front.
They'll never notice this.
Okay, that should be good.
Watch out! An unstable rift is opening. Get
And I think
to
for
it
the
and
most
destroy
part,
it.
we should be good. We have 2 waves left, and we have about 5 minutes to go through both of them. Much more than enough time. Okay.
Take that.
Boom.
And our heroes destroyed the unstable rift, and there was much rejoicing.
Yeah.
So the only thing that seems to be getting through here are high HP enemies. Everything else is basically burnt to death. And this is considering the fact that my fire traps are actually not triggering as often as they could because they all have short springs in them. If you don't have short springs, you'll wind up spending a lot more coin, but at the same time, look at how much coin I have right now. It's not like that additional coin is going to be super necessary. And of course, if you're using like spikes, you will have so many more traps out that it'll effectively be the same.
Some of me beats got a hill ya.
The boss minion has entered the final wave.
No Whoopsie! Almost hurt myself on that.
Okay, if we want to absolutely make sure that they don't get through here, we could probably just...
The enemy's boss is down.
Alright, that guy died. Nice. Do a couple more of
Leave this
these.
right here. They'll never notice this.
That'll just make sure that anything that aggroes our guardian there is pretty much mincemeat. Now the only issue with this setup is that you're basically waiting for enemies to get to your traps to take damage. But, you know, that's pretty much always the case. That's why you place the traps close to where they spawn. And that's going to be pretty much the game. Those heavy minions are coming around the fire traps, taking all of the damage now. And the last one should be dead as soon as they reach the stairs. There we go.
Win again. Yeah, we did.
Alright, so obviously with a bit more player input, because I did ultimately like no damage there. I could have done a lot more. Most of the damage that I dealt was pretty much just against the Pride Hunter that showed up and a few enemies in the beginning. Other than that, traps did everything, and that's pretty much the way it should be. Either way, this worked out in 13 minutes. I'm pretty sure you guys can do it in something similar. If you have any questions about the setup or you'd like to see something a little different, feel free to let me know. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I sincerely thank you for watching. It's, you know, pretty much the reason why I continue doing this, because I like the fact that you guys actually enjoy it. And the comments are great too. I like the feedback, and anything that I find is constructive to the game, feel free to post on the forums yourselves. I will gladly feel free to forward it over to any people that I think might need to see it. And, you know, it's just great. Either way, again, thanks for watching, and until next time, as always, have a good one, folks.